MSC. Bills tonight, Derek Shepard, that man John Campion dropping the puck, and you had a look a little bit earlier at Mark Thomas, the referee. Out at center ice, Mike Maristoon. His shot turned away by Steve DeBus. Oh, and here's a near board. Another real solid hit, but the Gopher player got mostly the boards on that one, and everybody gets up out of it all right. And now there's going to be a penalty coming up on St. Cloud. Someone hooked Dan Woog down to the ice, and Minnesota will get the first power play. Oh my, do we have
the league. And that fan support certainly is evident here right now.
From Bloomington, Gino Parrish. Work it to center. Sasha Moline, their leading scorer. And now back to the line, Josh DeWolf. Over to Rasinski, off Dan Woog's stick. It bounces to Moline, but a nice recovery by Crowley, who fakes one way, then comes up with the puck, but Moline takes it away. Back at the line, Rasinski. Screen shot to bust the save. Big rebound, batted away by Cone. And it's played around by Matt Bailey. Long shot by Rasinski, never reached the net. And Bailey. Mike Maristoon shooting it around. Crowley gets it and gets it out. In a season, we're going to count conference games only. Back to the blue line, long shot. Oh, DeBus made a nice save on a very tough shot that was deflected. Awada in the corner. And a scrap for it. Treble in there for Minnesota. With the defensive core for Minnesota as thin as it is, Ryan Treble gets another chance. Oh, boy, did Awada have a chance there. My goodness. Out at center ice, Brent Godbout gains the zone. Woog to Godbout again. For Pagel, and he was covered. And in a little bit too deep. Now George Awada for St. Cloud. Sibley High School star flipped it in. It is Andy Vicari. Half minute in the period. Got a real special intermission coming up for you. We'll tell you about as soon as we get a break here. Godbout after the puck. He takes a hit there from DeWolf. Loose at the side. They send it to Pagel. And it's in somebody's uniform, Mike O'Connell. And that one looked like it was going to result in a...
No cigar.
Sorry about that, Tom. Coming up at our first intermission, we'll have a Sports Connection report on a future Golden Gopher, that being Aaron Miskovich, plus the usual Doug Woog report, and we'll have highlights from the first period of play here, which will end right after the Crowley shot, and the Husky fans jump. They get some distance between the two teams.
One goal.
You don't like that word, do you, Tom?
No, I don't.
Here's Woog in the corner, and now Hankinson. And it rolled away at the last second. Some line juggling, and Jocelyn. That was Checo who was knocked down. No, actually that was Woog who was knocked down at center. Oh, Bill Cone takes a run at a player Paradise, and I think Cone might go. Thomas spotted this one from across the rink, and it's an elbow, and I think
a little more of a solid effort here when it comes to that part of the game. And watch right here. Oh, look at that, oh, the punch, the elbow, whatever you want to call it. Billy Cohen is good, but Minnesota much stronger in this first part of the second period.
Their goal on the board by Brett Abrahamson, his fourth, scoring on a rebound after a pretty hearty rush up ice by Minnesota. Gophers trying to regroup in their own end, but the pass back to Treble didn't work. And now Treble taken out in the corner. There's going to be a St. Cloud penalty here. I don't know who got him, but he is still down there a little bit, slow in getting up.
Yeah, he is.
Pagel shoots it in. It caroms off a skate. Nate Miller right out of the box. He wanted a piece of flesh, too.
It's a lucky thing there were boards there, because he would have been out on Division Street here for quick.
Crowley gets it in over the line. Imagine that. I thought they used to put the boards and the glass up for the pucks, but we're finding out tonight.
Keep the players caged. That's what it is.
Nate Miller. And they dump it in O'Connell after it. Pagel. And out is center ice. Klasnick. And DeBus turns away a hard shot from Awada. Godbout got a piece of it. Now back at the line. A shot by Abrahamson. Skips into the corner. Gophers continue with the pressure, and almost all of the play in this period has been in this zone. Clymer shooting a big block in front by the defense, and the Huskies work at the center ice for Parrish. He slipped the check but lost his skates. Now Bailey centers it. Oh, a loose puck in the crease, but it won't go. There'll be a penalty coming up. There is no goal. The net had come loose.
Really great. More and more so, he plays a very solid defensive type of game.
Merstun and Checo locking up there. Loose puck on the boards. Poked at by Cone. No good to the line. And a loose puck on the rebound, fired wide of the target. Parrish in front. What an imposing figure he is. Gino Parrish playing it in. Gino once more. Sasha Moline, a long shot, nearly off a skate.
Frank, that's the first time I've noticed Moline in this period. I haven't seen him at all out here. I don't know where he's been.
And he was on fire in the first.
Yeah.
Sasha Moline again. Cullen to the side, and a one-timer by Merstun goes behind the net. Merstun gets it again. Gino Parrish shot it right into the sprawling Godbout. To the line, not out. Cullen in deep on the power play for the Huskies. Few seconds remain. Parrish, oh, what a save. Rebound to goal. And it'll be Mark Parrish. The Husky television set may be just finding out that Eric Rasmussen, not playing, has been given a 2-game academic suspension by the university. Little mix-up in his course registration. Cullen is just stoned by DeBus.
Boy, Cullen very explosive. He just took the puck away from Clymer there and just broke in right on the goaltender, Stevie DeBus.
Crowley back to get it, being chased. He takes the hit from Mark Parrish this time. Back at the line, Awada shooting. That hits a skater, a body. Now Cullen floats it all the way through. Hagel tries to get it out. Bakari with the block. He takes the hit, coughs up the puck, and the Gophers bring it to center. Brent Godbout. Ben Clymer firing, leaps, lost it. But it's cleared out of the zone, out of the crease, I should say, by DeWolf. And Josh DeWolf flips it down for a line change. Abrahamson. Frisch slides it to center, picked off by Clymer. He did not cross center, but dumps it in anyway. Best in Godbout. Nice play by Godbout. Slapped one through a screen. Oh, that one hit the hand of O'Connell. He stung. Heads to the bench as Frisch brings it in over the line. And then the Gophers take it away, and Jason Godbout gets it over to brother Brent. Brent's pass deflected, and it's grabbed by Awada. And he gets it out at center ice. Frisch to the Minnesota line. A drop pass, and a shot by Noga goes off backboards and down. The Huskies, it's all they have to do. Cross center and dump it down. They play it this time, however, out of Clymer. Long pass. That's broken up at center, this time by Awada. Gophers regain control. Pagel. And he goes down as he was being watched by Rob Plastic. Now at the side, it's Pagel again. Hagel centers it. Here's Godbout. He had himself all twisted around, tried dearly to get the shot off. Missed, and the puck comes to center. Hankinson knocked off the puck. Here's Awada's pass. That's broken up by Abrahamson, who gets up, gets it ahead. Brent Godbout in over the line, runs into a check. Loose puck to Nick Checo. Back in the slot, a hard shot fired just wide by Cone. I think Leitza got a piece of it. Now Woog, his centering pass is broken up. And a penalty coming up on Minnesota, I think. They've won 5 of the last 7 games, but the Huskies have won 2 of the last 3. Oh boy, they were about ready to put another one in the basket there with Mike Merstun. Now Nate Miller throwing it ahead. The only previous 4-goal victory by St. Cloud State was back in March of 1994 when they beat the Golden Gophers. After losing last night in St. Cloud, the Golden Gophers play host to the Huskies, and the action comes to you live.
Is Boston University.
There aren't too many who celebrate their first 2 collegiate goals. Klasnick and Merstun will assist at 5:13. Tie game at 1. Out at center ice, the Huskies regain control. Mike O'Connell playing it across the rink. O'Connell with his partner Randy Best. And they will have to give chase now. And here's O'Connell. Now Best can't get it past Lyons, who sends it to the side of the net. Hendrickson after it. It's still loose at the side, and Liza decides he better cover up and gain control. Underway out at center ice. We played 6 minutes of the first period. Here's a steal at center ice and a long shot by Jason Goulet. Not in last night's lineup, but now playing for the Huskies tonight. Up on the far side, Cone. They drop it back to Crowley. Crowley weaves to the Husky line. Crowley chased into the corner. Takes a big hard hit there by Josh DeWolf. And DeWolf knocks Crowley down. Up the middle, it's off the stick of Cone, and St. Cloud gains control. Pass at center, broken up by Crowley. And now it's dumped into Minnesota territory. St. Cloud State will be changing on the fly here. Nate Miller on the right wing. Miller trying to get in. Dumps it into the corner. Gino Parrish is there. He's covered by Pagel. Loose puck. Nate Miller gets a piece of it. Here's Hendrickson. Ran into a crowd, or a collision ran into him. Rusinski plays it to the line. Nice catch by Vakari, but his shot was broken up by Checo, who head down, burrows ahead to get the puck in over the line. Now Brent Godbout after it. He kicks it back to the point. Vakari turns around, swats it to Noga. Could be 2-on-1. Noga with Rusinski. Noga shoots, and it's turned away by DeBus. Gophers trying to go from D to offense in a hurry. Jason Godbout crosses center and then dumps it down deep. Litsa played it to Vakari. Go for check pressure by Woog. Long lead to Moline. He's onside. Breakaway. Stoned by DeBus. Boy, did Sasha Moline get open. And he stayed onside at the blue line. Now, Brent Godbout pass is broken up at center. Here comes Paradise. Flipping into the Minnesota zone, and then Hendrickson drops him out at center. Hankinson digs the puck out of the corner. This has been a real tough, hard-nosed hockey game. And back out at center, here's Berg. His behind-the-back pass got away from Brent Godbout. Gophers changed an aggressive style.
For a European player, you don't see them play like that very much, but more and more so, they're getting more familiar with the North American style, and they like the physical contact.
Now a race the other way for the Gophers. Here's Woog in front, and it just got away from Brent Godbout. Cullen. Nice drop pass. And what a dance by Parrish, and he fired it wide. Boy, was there some creative stick handling. Huskies dump it in, and Lions to get it. 2.5 minutes to go, first period. Abrahamson. Now Mike Lyons back to get it again. Lyons to center. He's held up a bit. We'll ask Dave Spehar to...
Welcome back. Another edition of the Woog Report brought to you by Buick. We'll start once again with a question from our MSC website. And it's a long one from Bob Becker of the University of North Dakota, of all places. There are many examples of father-son, brother-brother tandems in Gopher hockey history. How much priority do you give second-generation players when recruiting?
Well, I think it's a significant factor. Knowing the Hankinson family have been in here, that's also the brothers have been involved there, the Larsons, the Westroms. Whenever possible, I think that's great because, one, if the father had a good experience, which he did, the son's going to want that opportunity, and nothing's better than building that tradition than having a father-son type situation.
I want to continue this question. We might as well stay on this topic, but how long do you think it took for Dan to feel comfortable as just a normal member of this team and for you to feel comfortable as him just being a player?
Well, Dan's kind of a special kid in the sense that he's very quiet, very sensitive, and doesn't say much. And the good thing about Dan is that his best attribute is his intelligence and his effort. He doesn't have necessarily the physical attributes that some of the players have. So I think when people start respecting others, it's because they have heart and they have courage and they're intelligent and they give good effort. So he wins his own respect, and so it has not been as hard for me as it might be if he were on the other end. I'd rather have a son that doesn't have quite the talent but has the courage and the insights and the character, and it's easier to live with that than who plays as hard as he can play, than have somebody who has more ability but doesn't play hard. Now you got other factors, right? So I think Dan has earned his own, and he certainly has the respect of myself. I think most of his teammates for the kind of kid he is.
The drop of the puck, the biscuit slides into the St. Cloud zone. Here's Gino Parrish. Younger brother of Mark Parrish. Long pass to the line is deflected. Steve DeBus there to play it away. And the Huskies regroup back in their own end to control. This is Jason Goulet. And to Gino Parrish once again. Fires it all the way across. Woog can't get it out. McLaughlin with a long shot. That's blocked by Lyons. And Lyons puts his man down in the corner, and Mike Lyons is going to go. Just flatten Matt.
From a defensive posture to offense.
The only assist to Josh DeWolf. And this game tied at 2-2 as we come up on the halfway point of regulation. Well, that could give the Huskies a little of the zip that they have been missing from last night's game. Randy Best at the blue line shovels one ahead. It's blocked by Crowley, and the Gophers turn the other way. Brent Godbout. And it's tipped off his stick. Here's Rosinski. Mike O'Connell, captain from Apple Valley, brings it in. And O'Connell behind the net. Pretty good scrap in the corner. And Woog gets the puck, gets it to Crowley. Crowley to center. Crowley brings it in, shoots one, and Litsa is there to knock it away. Noga waits for the puck. Can't get it past the Minnesota player Berg. And DeBus has to watch that bouncing puck. Both teams change in the Minnesota end. But that rush cut off in a hurry. A good defensive play by Cone. One goal hockey game here, and it has become a real tactical game. High checking as well. Here's Woog to dig it out. Well, he thought Abrahamson was going to break one way, and he broke the other. But still, there's going to be a penalty coming up on St. Cloud State. The line change anyway. Brent Godbout in the corner, took a couple of bumps, and here comes McLaughlin with the puck. Kyle McLaughlin from center, shooting it in.
Line up this way.
Mike Lyons, and Woog, and Hendrickson. And a minute to go in the period. Hendrickson coming back for the puck. Brent Godbout trying to get free. Woog kicks it. Hendrickson keeps it in. And we got some real clutch and grab going on now. McLaughlin shooting it around. Noga first man to it and gulps it out of the zone, but just barely got it past Crowley, who launches it back in. Interesting comments from Crowley to Ryan Lefevre at our intermission about the players-only team meeting. Bailey, and that shot deflected and nearly snuck in. And Stewart is going to get a penalty. Hendrickson gets up. He wants a little revenge. So does Dan Woog. It's a long way from being over. Now all 10 skaters are in the corner.
Yeah, this may take a little time, this period. You have that feeling. Hendrickson a little upset with the check-in from behind along the boards there.
We'll make a change here on the fly.
Good pace in this third period.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Mark Parrish has a man on the right side. High, hard shot. I think it was Noga who had the opportunity. Woog gets it to the line, gets it in the zone. Spehar tries to pull up. He's knocked down by Bailey, and Bailey leads a 3-on-2 Husky rush. Cullen onside. They tap it in front. Cone gets a piece of it, and now Woog to Spehar. He gets it out. Brent Godbout floats it in. Gino Parrish to control. Out at center and off the stick of Cullen. DeBus waits, has trouble, and has to reach back for the loose puck. The whistle goes, and we get a break. What a... Now O'Lean. And the pass to the Minnesota line just got away from Paradise. It goes in deep, but there's going to be no icing. Paradise gets the loose puck. Paradise drops it back. Well, the Huskies are still hungry for a goal here. They're down by 3 and not demoralized at all by that power play goal by Kraft. Moline held off very effectively by Clymer. Oh, what a defensive job, and they're still locked up. And then Clymer with a little noogie there on Moline. Moline trying to break away to get the puck. He does! And DeBus robs him!
Oh boy, how does he get into those positions? And once again, when he does, Stevie DeBus standing on the doorstep just takes it away from him.
Here's O'Connell behind his own net. 4 minutes exactly left in regulation. Collins sidesteps Cone. 2-on-1. And then he was covered from behind, but there'll be a Minnesota penalty. All along, the Ralph Engelstad Arena has been sold out for 2 months. A fabulous college hockey atmosphere. Hendrickson at the face-off dot. Nick Miller there to control. And Jig takes him to the corner. Murphy with a hit on Wood. Hendrickson rolls in after the puck. Hendrickson swats at it, digs it out again. They'll try to find Miller, who's battling for position up front. Now it took a hop on Hendrickson. And Hendrickson is dropped with a solid hit, but an interception by Crowley at center. He waits till Wood comes out. A great play. Wood with the backhand. Schweitzer a big save. And the rebound right up the middle, but no one could get to it. And Murphy shoots it to center. Here's Cone over to Crowley now. Crowley takes the hit, got the puck ahead in, looking for Blake. They got Jesse Bull, and Bull is in the corner battling for it. Bull picks up the loose puck, centering pass, and a nice defensive block by Wood. Gophers trying to get it out. They misfire on the pass. Loose at the line. It's tipped by Crowley to center. Rasmussen picks it up.
There's a score. They talk very, very highly of what he can do in this hockey club.
He's on the left of the circle. And his older brother, Kevin Hookstein, the senior, is in for this faceoff. He wins the draw. Bull shot blocked. A scrambling play by Wood. Can't get it out. And it's Joe Blake to play it in deep. Bounces right up the middle again, and Nate Miller chips it over to Wood. And from center ice, Wood shoots it in and then locks up a little bit at center. And Dave Hookstein from behind his own net. And the wheels taken out from under him. No penalties called yet in this furious first period. Kevin Hookstein shooting it in.
The referee has really let things go here, and he's watching the game very intensely and very tightly, but these players also know they can't afford penalties. So when they get the little hook, they let go in a hurry.
Hendrickson shot turned away. They push it in front for Hendrickson again. And he was covered on the play. Good defensive coverage by Brad Williamson. This one goes wide of the Minnesota net. I think the assistant referee there misfired on that call. I don't think that went through the crease. Here's Crowley. And out at center.
The goaltender.
And DeBus scrambling here to make another couple of saves in close right from the faceoff.
Watching the draws. Are these important, these faceoff? You bet they are. Well, it comes back to the point that quick release is what makes it happen there, because Curtis Murphy able to get the shot away, and the foul goes right for the net.
The unquestioned star of the period. Steve DeBus. Godbout to the line, and it just got past Big. Murphy back at his own end to get it. Bad pass. And Nate Miller couldn't capitalize. They throw it up on the left side for Peter Armbrust. He's in deep. Drops it back, and the shot by DeFaw deflects into the corner. Here comes Dan Wood from Minnesota to center. 2-on-2 with Hendrickson. And now Murphy throws it ahead. DeFaw. That long shot was stopped by Abrahamson, and they chip it in. DeBus bats it away. There will be no goal, and the net has finally come loose. Boy, that was a real tough one for DeBus.
Boy, was it ever. It almost went out in, I believe, off of Miller on the far side as DeBus. Watch it again. All of a sudden, here's a little chip shot here, like a 9-iron. He takes a swing here, but right here, you can see what happens. It goes up off of his glove, on the middle, and then off to the side of the net.
Give him a grab on MSC. 8 of them all together, and current twins like Paul Molitor and Terry Steinbach will be there. It'll be the list of major leaguers that'll be taking on the 1997 Gopher baseball squad in the annual Pro Alumni Game. I think this is the 6th year they've done that. It's just a great event. You have the number there, 624-8080, or outstate 1-800-U-GOPHER. That'll be at the Dome on February 3rd. And Hendrickson at center. And out of corner it comes. Blake to pick it up, and Nate Miller giving chase. North Dakota gets control of the puck again. Bull backhands it to center. It's blocked by Crowley. And then he takes a pretty good shot over on the far side. They always, the object of the game a lot of times time seems to be make sure you finish your checks on Crowley. Chase him wherever you have to.
Yeah, the thing is you don't want to allow him back into the play, so when he has the puck, you know how adept he is in making the pass and then moving back up ice again. So if you take him out of the play, he can't get in that position to receive the pass.
Power play goal, not a typical way to score a power play goal. It was like a 3-on-2 rush to the net, and they were rushing hard. And it was Jesse Bull to pop it in on the rebound. Bull's 9th goal of the year. And the Hoopstein brothers get the 2 assists. Might be icing here. And it is. Both Kevin and Dave in the top 10.
Yeah, North Dakota has four of the players out of the top 9 in WCHA action and scoring up at the top end there.
They're out shooting Minnesota already 5-3 in this period. Shallow angle shot goes all the way through. That easily could have gone in off the skate. Boy, they are just on top of Minnesota, and they are giving DeBusk no breathing room. Now Minnesota might get another penalty after a whistle here as... Was it Kleiber?
I believe so. But this is where the frustration sets in now, Frank, because the Gophers come back, they score that goal, all of a sudden the power play, and the momentum shifts goes the other way with the power play goal being scored by Bull. And so it's 22.
And back at the line, Crowley sidesteps the check. Shooting, deflected, rebound, chipped high. Hendrickson had a piece of it. Under 2 minutes to go in the period. Hendrickson in after the puck. It's up on the dasher. The Gophers get a break. Craft centering pass intercepted by Blake. Blake to Calais. Now ahead to Panzer. Panzer centers and it comes all the way through. And another shot that's turned away by Woog, I believe. And here comes Williamson alone. Shooting. DeBusk makes a big save again. Reading it beautifully. Panzer takes a hit. That one thrown by Cone. And Calais rolls it right up the middle. DeBusk throwing to make a big save again. And Hendrickson ices it. Steve DeBusk having a marvelous game and keeping the Gophers in the feed. You'll see the flurry that he faces just right on the doorstep. And another one to follow. Panzer takes the hit, but Calais will come up with the next setup. And another doorstop save by Steve DeBusk. That one on Blake. Back to live action under...
Who's moved back to that point position, done a very good job back there.
5 minutes into the third. A 1-goal game. Now Williamson. Long pass, too far for Bull. Did he tip it? Oh, apparently not. And there are 2 for 5 on the power play.
Frank, Minnesota's play was a lot more enthusiasm in this third period also. Now they're getting some more opportunities because of it.
Puck loose at the line. Checo there to get it. Checo gets it in over the line. Got a
Troy Murray to name a few, but a lot of retired players as well, and the likes of John Marks and Dennis Hexall, Scott Simon, who's now the assistant coach here, Dougie Smale, Kevin Maxwell, Perry Bearzan, who played for the North Stars. So they have produced a fair amount of pros.
Tradition, great tradition. Side and shot around for a long time. Gino Gasparini, a part of that great tradition up here, and the coaching job that he did year after year. Litke goes after it. Checo in the corner, right up the middle for Pago. He scores! Rico Pago from the slot, fired it just under the crossbar, and Minnesota pulls to within a 6-4 count here in Grand Forks, and we'll be right back.
Nice pass right here from the corner by Danny Woog, right onto the stick of Rico Pago, who moves in. And there's the importance of being the late guy coming in there also. He's got good momentum coming with the puck and with the shot, scoring his 5th goal. Say a lot, but when he says something, you have to listen. Last night he said a few things after the game. Hopefully his teammates got the message from him.
He did. Still early in period number 1, no score. From center ice, it's whipped in deep by Jeff Ulmer. Bus leads it for Mike Crowley, and now Crowley starting to motor ahead. Crosses center, then dumps it in. Murphy after the puck, but Rico Pagelin on a strong forecheck for Minnesota. Taken away and brought to center ice by Peter Armbrust, who dumps it in out of the corner. A real battle for the puck. Brent Godbout over there, and the Gophers get control. Pagel with outlet pass to Woog. He crosses center, dumps it in. He'll go in after the puck himself. Runs right into Jason Ulmer. Now Wyatt Smith after a loose puck. And here's Casey Hankinson follows off to his right. Back behind the net. Armbrust after it. Can't control. Now loose puck to Godbout. Ulmer gets a piece of it. And here's Woog. To center ice, Brent Godbout. Trying to get around pivots. And Pagel and Ulmer go after it. And pivots. Whoa. I guess officially he fell. Godbout in the corner. Off the skate of Woog. And now Armbrust gets it to center. Gets through everybody. Going to wave off the icing because it got through a Minnesota player. And a steal back behind the net. Ulmer nearly gained control, but a good recovery by Clymer. Pagel takes a hit at center. Woog in on a little forecheck. And this is Williamson with an outlet to Henderson. And a race for the loose puck. Ulmer centers it. And it comes off.
Fighting Sioux doing a good job of getting in front of that puck, leaving the puck in the offensive zone.
I think that was one of the best penalty kills we've seen this weekend. Yeah, most of it on the boards and in the corners. Flipped in from center ice by Williamson. Hands are behind the net, takes a hit from Brent Godbout. Jason Godbout trying to get it out. It's blocked at the line by Pivet. A shot deflected off the pipe. The tip in front by Calais. Here's Calais in the corner. Climbers on him. They center it for Calais. Big save by DeVos as Calais was well wrapped up by Woog. Now Pivet backhands it around. Into 6 players back there. And finally the puck and play is called. We'll be right back, still scoreless. At the Engelstad Arena from center ice, it's flipped back into Fighting Sioux territory. Kraft get a piece of it. Back out at center. And in the little scrap, Big pushes it back to center. Woog can't touch it. Here's Murphy. That's a little bit of a bad pass, but a nice catch, and it's brought ahead by Jeff Ulmer. Pad save, and the rebound is swept away by Smith. Big has trouble at center ice, now gives it away to Smith. Wyatt Smith, who has a 4-game scoring streak, if you will, against the Fighting Sioux. He scored a goal. And 2-0. Minnesota has the lead. North Dakota was a 6-4 winner last night. Abrahamson from center shooting it in. Schweitzer shoots it around. And an attempted block here. Boy, Calais just pulled over Mike Lyons. And Woog and Blake were still wrapped up. And here comes Smith, 3-on-2. And the shot by Woog goes to the backboard. Looks like there might be 4 minutes of penalties to both teams, both players. Here's a steal and a shot by Kraft is stopped by Schweitzer. Murphy. And a man in the slot was Panzer, but Panzer was covered by Woog. And no one at the point as they're in the middle of a change. And Williamson plays it over to Blake. Blake sliding it deep into Minnesota territory, and Mike Lyons back to get it. Lyons gets the return pass. Left side feed, he finds Woog, 3-on-2, and a high shot. It's down up on the near rail. Smith has some trouble with it. Armbrust breaks to center. Now Dave Hookstein right back to Armbrust. And he gets through to the corner. Woog. And Cole will go back for it with Litke, the defenseman, in on him. Smith. Brent Godbout gets it. Gophers will be juggling and making adjustments in their forwards. What with the major penalty, the game disqualification, I should say, to Hankinson. Oh, Checo. Sure. Well, we'll see how well they do here on this opportunity. Ian Calais behind the net now. Works it over to Hookstein. Calais gets it again. Calais and Cohn go to the corner. Puck is underneath somebody, and Don Adam quick to blow the whistle. The last goal came on March the 4th of 1955. 42 years?
Yep,
Thank
very
you.
good.
My math is, I'm bad without a calculator. And that was his final goal. 16 minutes and 4 seconds of the third. Looked like it was crushing a cardboard box there for a while. I got this thing into the garbage can. There's Murphy back to get it. 1:18 left in the penalty to Nick Checo. Minnesota has a 2-0 lead. Curtis Murphy from center ice. Well, apparently he crossed the red center line, shot it in. And now the puck underneath the box. The assistant referee's in a hurry to make sure nothing happens there. This is the fourth official power play. Part of that was a big part of it. They had a 2-man advantage. Penalty killers for Minnesota have done a great job. There have only been 6 shots on goal on a power play for North Dakota. Murphy goes cross to Litke. His shot blocked by Wood. Tried to glove it to himself out at center. And the loose puck to Wyatt Smith. He finishes it off and gets it all the way down. And the penalty to Checo is over. 11 and a half minutes to go in the second period. The score is Minnesota 2 and North Dakota 0 as Calais sends one in on goal. And the bus leaves it at the side. Now Woog, he's got a man breaking. It's Checo. One man to beat is Murphy. And then Checo had some trouble controlling it. And a shallow angle shot by Smith was stopped by Schweitzer. To Blake at center. Blake pulled on the Tires Plus scoreboard. We'll bring you up to date on other games in the WCHA. Denver leading Northern Michigan in the first period. Minnesota Duluth lost to Tech yesterday. They tie in the official Winter Carnival game today up at Houghton. And Wisconsin had to rally to gain some points against Anchorage last night. They are trailing again in the second period. This afternoon, Colorado College beat St. Cloud State, and that makes the race for first place in the WCHA all the more interesting. And you take a look at other scores from around the country. Aaron Schweitzer making a save on the North Dakota end. There's Wyatt Smith. Oh, he played it to the point, but Crowley was already cutting in. Possible 2-on-1, now it's 2-on-2, and the shot by Calais is way high. Gophers get a bit of a break there on that high shot. Crowley liking to make one of his patented moves into the slot. Here's a steal by Kraft at center. Vick, the only man back. Kraft fired it right into Vig, and oh, as he clocked from behind, and Jason Blake is going to go. Minutes left in the second period. Jason Blake to center ice. He was bumped. Left it there. Dave Hookstein trying to bring it in around Abrahamson, but lost the puck. And up off the glass and shot by Lyon.
Red line right now. They're going to make a wall there and force the puck carrier.
Here's Hookstein. Puck was dropped back, then taken away. Now they regain possession. It's down low to Calais, and he puts it through the crease, and it comes all the way through. Anderson had his man pinned to the crease for a while. Gophers get the puck and shoot it down. This game today is not a game for little boys, I'll tell you. Here comes Williamson as the penalty to Rasmussen is over. 5-on-5 hockey at Grand Forks and 4 minutes left in the second period. Puck knocked out in the air. Here's Calais shooting and a nice block by Abrahamson. Calais to the line. Murphy, a screen shot, goal! Tipped in by Blake.
Right here, you watch what happened. Dagwoog tries to get the puck out, and it's knocked right back down, and that was the key as Calais keeps it in. And all of a sudden, the shot coming right here is blocked once again, but the Fighting Sioux just keep pushing here. Finally, Murphy taking the shot. There's the tip in front, and it's down and below. And this makes it a little more interesting as number 5, Jason Blake, will get credit for the goal as he's standing on the doorstep, just deflecting enough, and the assist will go to...
He tried to float it in, but it was blocked by Murphy. A second effort gets it in, and that allows Rasmussen to go off and complete the line change 2 minutes into the third period. Mitch Vig from center, dumping it in. DeBus behind the net. Kraft trying to play it out. That doesn't work. Bull tied up by Kraft. Jesse Bull breaking free. Back to the line for Vig. A long shot. That skipped wide of the target. And the rebound over to Woog, and he'll play it out of the zone. Minnesota player Wyatt Smith was locked up. This puck comes in the crease, so there's no icing. Boy, Godpup was locked up back behind with Armbrust as well. Left side pass tipped out of the air by Smith, and Blake shoots it in. Now Clymer, first man of the loose puck. And ran into a check from Blake. Blake's a small guy, but he'll stick his nose right in the middle of anything.
Boy, he does.
Godbout, his pass. Hit Panzer. Blake takes the loose puck, dumps it in.
They're playing very smart, getting to the red line, then shooting it down the ice. They're trying to keep as much momentum away from the Fighting Sioux as they can.
Now Calais, and it's tipped to center by Woog, and Murphy flipping it back in. Here's Godbout. Up on the far side, off the stick of Wyatt Smith. And Blake darting in after a loose puck, trying to cut right in and goal! And he was foiled on a shot by Godbout at the last second. I don't think it ever came in on the buzz. And then North Dakota with control, flip it to center ice, looking for Ulmer. And Crowley wins the race to the puck and turns it right around. Mike Crowley launching a long one in that got away from Schweitzer, but it was off target. Here's a steal. This is Kraft. Kraft behind the net, to the line, Clymer, that's rejected. Now Mike Lyons over there to shoot it around. Up on the dasher, down to Smith. He tried to play it back around. It gets away from Woog. Another good forecheck by Minnesota on this ship. And they finally work it to Panzer. Panzer centering it all alone. Blake! He scores!
All the pressure on, but all of a sudden the breakout play. And here's the key coming here is Panzer with the puck. And look at here, Blake coming in. No one picks him up at all. They're mesmerized by who has the puck.
All right, I'll bet. Make you $1 bet. Quick centering pass, and DeBuck makes the save. I think he made 2 stops there on Kevin Hookstein. I make that Dave Hookstein, I beg your pardon. So the Gopher losing streak here at Grand Forks will go to 5 straight games. And 9 seconds remain. No, it's not. His heads will prevail, but there got to be too many guys on the rink. It's over in North Dakota's Mariucci Arena, needing a little bit of home cooking.
We'll hear more about Ben Payton's condition with Doug Johnson of Let's Play Hockey in our first intermission. But right now, Casey Hankinson, the captain, is on the ice, and he's concerned about helping the Golden Gophers get back on the winning track. The face-off is just around the corner. Coming up next, Tom Reeves.
As well, and Northern Michigan breaks it to center ice. Brian Phillips lost it at the Minnesota line. And Hendrickson after it, trying to get around Dallas. And Hendrickson slides in deep. Mike Johnson, the sophomore defenseman, first man of the puck. Up on the near side, it gets away from John Bosio. And here's Lyons for Minnesota. Mike Lyons to Mike Anderson. And the Gophers freewheeling at center. But lose control of it as they get it in over the line. But it turns out to be an offside at the Northern Michigan line. A month away from the Final 5 for the WCHA. There's a couple of numbers you can call to get tickets. There are tickets available. Civic Center number is 224-9627. And, of course, you can call the reliable Ticketmaster, folks, at 989-5151. Good to have the tournament back in the Civic Center, as it will alternate, we believe, now with Milwaukee, turning out to be 2 very good host cities. While we're passing those phone numbers along, also gives us pause to remember to say hello to our good folks and friends up in the Marquette area watching tonight on Breslin Communications. Thanks for joining us. If you are joining us a little late, the Avalanche here has begun a bit with Minnesota already up 3-0 as we played just about half of the first period of play. Dallas now out to center ice. Coyle looking for Smith, but a little poke check there by Dan Woog to get it out of the zone. And it's back for the senior Trevor Janicki. In a crowd, but Smith gets it into the Minnesota end. And it's taken away by Hendrickson. He'll shoot it down just a little bit wide of the Northern Michigan net.
You really got to gain control over that blue line before you start moving it around. And right now the Wildcats are not getting control, just giving the puck away. You can start looking at a team that has 9 freshmen in the lineup and 4 sophomores. So you know the inexperience is.
And that goes a little bit when you look at your goals for and your goals against. It sort of all ties in together. They find themselves down by 3. Dallas knocks the puck loose over to Sheptak, and he pushes it into the corner. Smith after it. Now Mike Lyons to pick up the puck as Sheptak has to go back and get his glove. Lyons out at center. Oh, boy. Dan Woog just got blasted by Rocky Welsing. Another one of those blindside hits. And Woog's mouth guard is still out of the red center line. That's how jarring that jolt was. Hendrickson flipping it in. These new red mouth guard. Here's an interception by Crowley. Crowley moving in. He was tripped up a bit and lost control of the puck, and Mitro brings it back to center. Mitro trying to get it around the floor. Elects to dump it in. Now Hendrickson. And Cone locked up with a little bit with the point. I'm going to say it happened in 1993. And that it would be, well, see, I was going to guess Dieter Cocken, but it was Paul Taylor of Northern Michigan who had the 7-0 shutouts. And that wasn't a real pretty year, if I remember, for the Golden Gophers, 92-93.
Those are things you don't want to remember.
That's the goaltender on that. And I suppose you had it all along, didn't you?
Yes, of course I did.
As you see another positive look at the Wildcats, who have had, this has been a good rivalry of sorts, even though it's not a long-standing one. It goes back to the 79-80 season, but I think largely because the two teams in 91, 2, and 3 played those 5 championship games that we talked about a little bit earlier at the Civic Center for the WCHA playoffs. I think that's really kind of helped bolster it. And I think the coaches, too, have some deep respect for one another. So, we will miss Northern Michigan in this league and wish them well in the CCHA. But at today's luncheon, and that chance in close for Sheptak went wide. And I think also officially the Gophers have invited the Wildcats here to the Mariucci Classic in 2 years. Got a delayed penalty coming up on Minnesota. Quick centering pass. They were looking for Dallas. Now down low. Sheptak centers it, got away from Van Bruggen. And they came ever so close to making this a 1-goal game. There's Mike Anderson to get it, and now Rutherford calls the play. Northern Michigan turns it around in a hurry. Schmidt bringing it in. Schmidt drops it in the middle. A scramble! And that puck comes in on the bus. He's able to make the save. And it gets a little feisty in there. Tyson Holly had the shot and then came back to protect a teammate.
Here, not here. They're an inexperienced team, and that's where the problem comes. Right here, watch the save by DeBus. As he's looking for that puck, also it goes in the defenseman initially, but you can see right here, and there that brings everybody else in. Of course, when you go into a player with the sticks or whatever, you usually have a good chance of having some other players come in towards.
Goal in the second by Northern Michigan, and that's a quick scoring summary for the Gophers, who came out on fire. Hendrickson turning and shooting, and he fired right on. Scored their first goal, 25. Smith in for the face-off against Hendrickson. And I thought we were going to have a penalty there coming out by guys, but they got away with one. They brought Curtis Sheptak down with the stick. Now Hendrickson was upended at center ice by Coyle.
Offside.
And guess what?
I think so. I said, what are the 3 most important things of being a good accountant? He says, well, 3 most important things you have to learn how to add and subtract.
Very good, Tom. You know, you didn't like my jokes at the luncheon today. I think they were better than that one. And I'm not telling them here. Okay. You got to buy a ticket to get my jokes. At the blue line, LaFleur. Backhands one, and Cocken makes the save, and he holds on. LaFleur isn't the only one throwing a football around. Goldie is throwing a football around. I guess I'm a kid at heart. One of the better goalies we've seen. Oh, almost lost it there. Almost revealed yourself.
That would have been embarrassing there.
My goodness.
Let's take him all day to brush his tooth.
All right, time to give away a hockey stick at each home game throughout this set. And he slides it into the Wildcat end for a line change. Rocky Welsing from behind his own net. Out at center. Smith gets it in. He spun off the puck, and LaFleur back to get it. Ryan LaFleur chased around now by Coyle. John Coyle with the chase over there. Smith took the legs out from underneath Mike Anderson. And cameraman Eric Journell. Either
Off the board sometimes. The players think they have control of it. They don't always.
Another cameraman with a bruise, but I don't think he's going to get any money for that one. Out at center to Frateroli. Here, Woog centering it, and Godbout plays it out. Now Dan Hendrickson to bring it in. And is back behind the Northern Michigan net. Checo centers it. That's taken away. And raced ahead in a hurry to Tyson Holly. By Tyson Holly, back to get it is Barabanov. Plays it deep into Minnesota territory. Godbout to pick it up. Jason Godbout in the middle of a Wildcat change to Hendrickson, and then he gives it away. Wildcats dump it down, not nearly enough to get an ice, but LaFleur gets it. Minnesota up by 2 goals, but not out of the woods here. Checo's all alone down there, and Jason Girardi back behind the net. Before check pressure, Mike Anderson with the puck. He drops it in the corner. This is Mike Crowley. Crowley takes a bump, goes to his backhand. He's banged a couple of times before he lost control of it, and it's back out at center.
LaFleur had to go back there. He was not uncertain whether Crowley was going to be able to handle the puck and had to back up as a defensive role there, and that allowed the puck to come out.
Hendrickson, Checo, and Mike Anderson, the forward line for Minnesota, and Joe Rybar with a drop pass. Nice flip over on the far side as they hit Jeff Sissons again. And jam up in the corner. LaFleur with a hit. Hendrickson there has his man tied up. And that allows Crowley to come in and just pick the loose puck up. 3-on-3 to center. Crowley brings it outside. And he is stopped on the far side by Laird Lidster. Still gets it to Casey Hankinson. Back to Crowley. Last good shot to the right point. Plays it up on the far glass and back into Minnesota territory. Boy, Duluth had a 3-on-1, but couldn't connect on a critical pass to set up the scoring chance. Now Dan Woog to bring it in. He centers it for Anderson. He clanks one off the pipe. Boy, what a nice play that was.
It really was. And Woog just held the puck long enough until the defense was out of position to flick the puck across to make certain it wasn't going to be knocked down.
And Woog came a long way to throw that big check. Unfortunately for Woog, he went down. Now 2 men by Girardi, who dumps it in. Now Dan Woog after it. Woog from behind his net sat out the Saturday game last week against Northern Michigan. Woog back in the lineup now. Back to get his Gilling. Here's an interception, a takeaway by Hankinson. Moves to the middle. Hankinson centers it. And there's going to be a penalty coming up on Minnesota. Woog might go for holding.
Yeah, I think he's going to be called for holding as he and Bert Gilling tangled up just inside the line, trying to give his teammates that little extra second sometimes that it takes. And the center Gopher coach Doug Woog goes to the penalty box, not happy with it. See him right here, just kind of, he's got his one arm out, saying, hey, it wasn't me, guys, but nonetheless, it is called, and the Bulldogs will go on the power play.
So Woog is off.
2 minutes for holding. Time penalty 13.
Penalty information brought to you by General Security. He is doing that tonight.
Yes, he is. I'm seeing much more tonight than I have in some of the recent weeks.
Penalty to Woog is over. The Gophers work it into the Duluth end. Taus in the corner, but Anderson breaks away. He's all alone! And Nicklin makes the save, then bats the loose puck out of the slot. Here's Hendrickson. That shot deflects into the corner as the Gophers get their 5th man out on the ice, and they have really turned up the pressure. Lidster behind the net, but he's covered. Woog to the line for Cone. He shoots into a falling body. He shot it into Sissons, I think now. Cone walking in, and that shot hit traffic. And Anderson gave somebody a cross check to the back. And I think we just might have a man in the crease, and that's all. And then you'll go for the safety of the goaltender.
You bet.
I don't care how well protected they are. I've seen too many goaltenders come up bloody out of a situation like that down on the ice. Very vulnerable. Drop pass by Bois. Beekman has it. Beekman in the corner with Bois now, and they're joined by Crowley. Hendrickson there too. John Bakke, the referee, calls the play.
Bulldogs are doing a good job of moving the puck quickly and thus getting some shots towards the net, but they're not getting on the target the way they want to. And a couple of those shots just a little bit wide.
And Wolf got that loose puck and fired it right into the goal mouth of Duluth. Now here's Dole. had just 3 shots on goal and 6 power play minutes. Oh, Peluso. Point blank range, and he missed the net. And it's kept in at the line by Gilling. Quick centering pass goes all the way through. It was fired in front by Petrov. Peluso's turnaround effort hits his skates. And the Gophers regain control. There's going to be a penalty coming up. Delayed penalty on Minnesota, and I think Woog is going to go for a hold or a hook. And the Dogs will have a...
Pulls him down, hooks him, pulls him down right at the blue line here. That's right here. It looks like, oh, Peluso grabbing onto a stick. Did you see that hand? And then made the little turn, so he got away with something there, too. The referee penalty box, but nonetheless, the call was made, and the Gophers go short-handed.
Oh! Peluso, their leading power play goal scorer. There's the time left on the power play. Actually, we're going to add a few more seconds to the clock there. 2:23 left in the power play. And Rybar played it to the line. Rozic. And the pass is behind Kraft. Here's Rozic now pushing it around. Now we're in sync. Dogs in the power play. Down to about 2 minutes. Remember, it is a major. They haven't had many shots either. They get 3 in 3 minutes of power play here. And a second icing infraction. 3 shots and 2 icing.
The Gophers look like they were in pretty good position.
Eric Rasmussen. I think Checo has gone down to the dressing room as well. And we're told that Rasmussen will not be available tomorrow night either. There'll be a suspension that'll have to serve tomorrow. Minutes into the third period, a centering pass by Hankinson. Some pretty good work here by the Gophers. Not pretty, but hard work. Woog, a nifty little play to get the loose puck to Hendrickson. Now LaFleur up the middle for Hendrickson. And Hendrickson will put down. There'll be a penalty coming up on Colin Anderson. Well, perhaps it all started with that little pass by Dan Woog off the boards that allowed a loose puck to lay in the corner for Hendrickson to pick it up.
Watch right here. Nice little play. All of a sudden, LaFleur coming in here. Pass comes back and behind. You can see that Hendrickson was already on his way down, and the penalty is going to go against the Bulldogs.
All right, Tom, did you pay the rodent to carry that sign? Now, one marriage proposal here is enough for tonight. I don't care if it is a rodent or not. Pass too far. Rybar was reaching for this face-off. Draw to the Dogs. Another shot. Skips in on the bus, and he covers up. Whoop. Now, Hendrickson darts in, and the new rules say that if a teammate darts in, the center iceman has to go.
He just wanted to take the face off. That's why he did it.
Right from the drop, the shot goes through the crease wide. And they throw it in the air to get it out. House playing it away from Woog. And they're offside. The puck came out of the zone, and Woog was still trapped in.
There's about a foot offside. I think that the referee would not see that little play, but a little bit obvious. Minnesota also without the service of the defenseman Ben Clymer, who's out with vertigo, which is a balance problem, and trying to stand up and trying to maneuver, not very easy to do, and so you lose that when you have an ear problem, and he has that right now. How long it's going to last, we don't know. Al Shaver had that a few years ago, and Al Shaver is in town also for the festivities tomorrow night, but he was talking about that today at the lunch and said, you're trying to stand up and you just can't. You fall over. And in Edmonton, he fell over and hit his head against an ashtray coming out of the elevator. Service of Ben Klein, when he comes back, who knows?
Don't underestimate that loss either. Clymer not in. He has been playing extremely well. And perhaps that's been part of Minnesota's problem here is the defensive coverage. We talked a little bit about it at our second intermission. Another icing here, a race for the puck. Might be one-on-one here. Roy, watched by Abrahamson. Roy nearly got free. And Watt in the corner. Will phone on him. Under 7 minutes now. And the pressure by Duluth. A backhand by Viekman. Not a bad backhand, but off target. Duluth player Bois playing without a glove. Pagel throwing a check in there. Cone, the other Minnesota player. And out of the grind, Viekman gets it. Back to the line. Throws it. Glove catch by Steve DeBus, and he holds on. What with the 75th anniversary celebration coming up tomorrow, and many of the alum, perhaps 100 of them here for the game. A visit from Al Shaver, as Tom mentioned. Doug McLeod is back in town, who was a longtime radio and TV voice for the Golden Gophers. And a surprise that they refused to tell us. In the middle, they nearly got it to Mike Lyons. Here's Lyons shooting again. Nicklin the save, but he was able to scoop it up and hold on with 1:10 left to go.
A very successful place for them here the last few years, but they win this one. Remember, these two teams would come together in the playoffs also at some point. You just don't know, and
that's how close the standings are.
Yeah, these games mean a lot.
A minute to go, a minute before the Bulldogs roll out of here with a victory. They have lost their last 6 games at Mariucci Arena. And a loose puck in the middle for Dukowski. He whacks at it, it flutters, and it goes in. For this, as it bounced right out to him. Marvin, a little crossed up there going after it, too.
Well, that's the first goal of the decisive victory for the Bulldogs.
Former Gopher hockey players that created those spectacular moments. Them a hand and a warm welcome back to the University of Minnesota and Minnesota's pride on ice.
The scene on the ice here is rather impressive, although the lights perhaps a bit dim for television cameras. The crowd you see there, over 100 former Golden Gophers, and to the sound of the rouser, the current team skating onto the ice now and forming a circle at the center ice face-off dot as part of the reception for these past members. Meanwhile, some of the names of those on the ice are being flashed on the screen like
tribute tonight to 2 special members of the Gopher hockey family. Following last season's final game against Michigan, our first special guest decided quietly, which was a shock to me, to end perhaps the most remarkable broadcast career any of us will ever witness. After serving as the only radio voice for the Minnesota North Stars for 26 years, he agreed to become a Golden Gopher in the fall of 1993. His decision to end his career so quietly without any fanfare didn't give Gopher fans the opportunity to salute this great man one final time. So tonight, as Coach Woog and Assistant Athletic Director Pat Forcia present him with a print of the new Mariucci Arena, will you please welcome back to Mariucci Hockey Hall of Famer and the former voice of the Golden Gophers, Al Shaver.
Anticipated. They have finally caught up with him, and there's that reception line we were talking about of former Golden Gopher greats.
Opportunity to work for many years with Al, with the North Stars. I'll tell you what a tremendous guy he was. With cruise ships going up and down the coast to and from Alaska.
And I tell you, he, in very short seasons, fell deeply in love with Golden Gopher hockey. Anybody who's been exposed to the program knows that feeling.
Is a man who represents everything that is magnificent about Minnesota hockey. His career began on the frozen rinks of Roseau, Minnesota. From there, his skates took him across the street from us tonight to the first Mariucci Arena, where he led the Gophers to a national championship, and you just saw his great goal a moment ago that won it in 1979. And became the first winner of the Hobey Baker Award in 1981. His next stop was with perhaps the most celebrated hockey team of all time, the gold medal winning 1980 United States Olympic team. He is now in his 17th year in the National Hockey League, a career that culminated with scoring the winning goal in the deciding game of the 1995 Stanley Cup Finals for the Stanley Cup champion New Jersey Devils. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome home the only man to ever win an Olympic gold medal, a Stanley Cup, and an NCAA National Championship, number 7, Neil Broughton.
And there go the rest of the guys. It's going to be just a fun night. We've invited Neil Broughton to join us for the guys to get down to some serious business, and the business particularly. Anderson is 8th of the year. Penalties are the only penalty of the game. That one by Taus is over. So our full and equal strength at center ice as Dan Wood plays it in deep. And back behind the net to get it is Curtis Dole. Out to center. A nice play to Sergei Petrov. Petrov battles to get it in. He'll have to go back for the puck now. Oh, Petrov was blasted by Wood, but remains upright. Back behind the net. Go Reimer, centers it in the crowd, and DeBus pokes it away. Dole's shot is deflected. Here's Pogreba in the corner. Petrov tied up by Jason Godbout. And Sean Pogreba reaching for the puck again. Curtis Dole takes the hit. That from Mike Lyons. And now the outlet pass by Pagel. Diving play by Wood, but he couldn't get to the puck. And it's an icing infraction.
Still back beyond the
pass, but it's picked off. Here's Brad Fedorenko bringing it in. Blocked shot, blocked by DeBus, and right there to carry it away is Brett Abrahamson. Now Brent Godbout. Oh, Abrahamson took that pass right in the path of Curtis Dole. Thank you, but I would rather not have a pass like that again.
Oh, I knew it was coming too. You could see Dole here. He was coming from about 20 feet away.
Now a delayed penalty on Duluth as Bill Cohn is behind his own net. Dogs want to get possession of that puck in the Minnesota zone, but it's fired to center for Smith. Smith crosses, brings it in, and then it's taken by Jeff Sisson. Shift, boom, he scores. And Minnesota has a 3-0 lead. Number 7 this year from Crowley and Kraft. And the Gophers have their 3 first period goals again. And a little bit of a late jab at the goal line. We'll take a break. We're only halfway to go totally out of control, but we are thrilled to welcome Doug McLeod back to the old MSC microphone.
Hey, there was a free dinner tonight, and I thought I'd come and watch the game. And boy, is it a thrill. What a great building.
Your first trip here?
I never got in here after it opened. I had to go to Pittsburgh.
What's wrong with Pittsburgh?
Well, nothing now that I'm in Phoenix.
And you think this building's better than the old building?
No, it doesn't sound like the old building.
Talking to each other. The coaches can only go so far. The players are the ones that have to get on the ice and have to perform.
Dan Wood gets some rough treatment in the corner. And the Dogs break to center. Colin Anderson. Back out at center ice. Rick Mrozek plays it back. And then tipped into the Minnesota end. Cohn gets a piece of it. They can't control Anderson. And now Pagel trying to take it away from Fedorenko got a piece of it. And it's still loose this time. Abrahamson after the puck. Grabbed by Hendrickson. Bill Cohn. And he backhands it in. He's dumped. Nicklin trying to help it around. Hendrickson with the interception. Fans on the centering pass. And then the Dogs work it to center ice. Jeff Sissons to bring it ahead. Sissons, a native of Saskatoon. And a wide open Rick Mrozek fires that one way high. Crowley closed in. I think I have it, and if I don't, I know where to find it. Here's Godbout behind the net. Dribbles to the corner. Nice play by DeBus. Dogs have taken only 7 shots on goal. They'll meet again. So the top 5 teams separated by players where the teams will wind up on the road if they finish in that bottom half. See Duluth at number 6 there, and not far from moving up. Fighting Sioux now have scored a goal up at Northern Michigan to cut that one to a 2-1 deficit. North Dakota trailing. With about 14 minutes to go in that game. There's a minute left in the first period here. Watt to the Minnesota line. Ooh, nearly got in around Woo. Adam Roy jammed up and put down. He took quite a jolt from Hendrickson. And how many players we ours? And I got a roughing penalty. And a very special welcome to Neil Broughton joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for
nice to be
joining.
here. Oh, this is exciting. And the game couldn't be going any better either.
Oh, really? 5-0 Minnesota. Your first trip in the new building?
Oh, actually, I was here a few years ago when they had that game.
The inaugural game.
Inaugural game.
September, yeah.
And so that was the first time, but this is the second time I've been here. Beautiful. It's exciting. I love it.
If the team keeps playing like this, you're going to come back for every game.
I know.
What words of wisdom did you give them in the dressing room before the game?
Actually, I just told them to go kick some bulldog butt. I said, and I said you got a lot of hockey players in the room that have a lot of tradition that are looking forward to a good game. Just go out there and play hard.
Down. Trying to throw him off balance. Now he goes down, but the puck comes free. And Hendrickson back. Make that Woog back to get it. Rico Pagel. Fourth line is out as his power play. The regulars were plumb tired. Had so many opportunities. Gophers had 4 power plays in the first period, and now 7 more in the first half of the second period. Jason Godbout to the line, and Anderson. And apparently did not have control of it as he went in.
Anticipation, you have to spend time in the rink, and I didn't think there was any better place to spend it at the rink. So there was times when we spend 6-7 hours skating a day.
A lot of my concern is that for the kids who are in the program schedules, and even once you get into high school, you're allotted your 1 hour of practice time. You may become a 1 hour hockey player. And you got to find that outdoor rink.
It doesn't give you enough time to develop your skills if you're only going to play. You got to get out there and throw the puck out and pick teams, have 4 on the side or whatever, and just that's where you develop your hand and eye coordination, your puck hockey sense, and puck skills.
Condolences on to that family and their children as well, right?
And also, Tom, we have been told that Tom Greenhoe convalescing at University Hospitals. I know his family is in town to meet.
Just saying, you may not didn't always appreciate it, but he was there and he'd laugh about it and go on from there.
Could never take him seriously because he would come back and get you good. And he truly was. Tom, he was a character at all levels. He wasn't at one of the levels. He was at all of them. So, Tommy, we got to get you back on your feet and back into the flow of things. I know he's been very active with the St. Paul Saints during the past couple of years. So, baseball season will be calling you soon. There's Spihar. And Rybar back to get it. Chase back behind the net. And Taus out to center, and the pass goes through everybody.
Mike Madonna when he's still in Dallas, and how has he progressed as a player?
Well, he just has unbelievable speed and skill. Can shoot the puck good, great hockey sense. He's big, he's 6'3", 200 pounds.
It really is a fraternity of players regardless of what team you've been on, because wherever you go, you're going to find someone who has played pretty well at that level.
Yeah.
And it's just like a big family, and when those guys come around, it's kind of fun to sit and reminisce and hear some of the horror stories and not so horror stories.
That's got to be a lot of fun, yeah.
Far side, here's Dan Woog trying to keep it in the Duluth end. It comes out to center, but Bois can't control. And now Hendrickson. 3.5 minutes to go, second period only. Long shot, Mifflin there with a glove catch. And he holds on. And another power play for the Golden Gophers. You take a look at the power play time in this game. 11.5 minutes for Minnesota. And Duluth with 48 seconds. Duluth has had, what, 2 power play opportunities or 3? Just 2. Pretty lopsided in that category. Of course, these teams come in as the number 1 and number 2 penalty. Right from the draw, Bill Cohn gets it and guns it down the ring. And Brant Nicklin leaves it behind the net. Also looking at power play numbers here, brought to you by Hardee's. Dogs with no shots at the power play. Sissons. Oh, Curtis Bois. Back 10 to him in the training room. And Duluth will continue its power play for another minute 37 seconds. And again, Bill Cohn gets the puck and shoots it all the way down the ring. Now Rick Morozic. From Cloquet to center. Peluso centers it. And DeBusk, I think, got a piece of it, but there's going to be another penalty coming up here.
And that's going to go against Mick.
If he's going to try to even, I'm not saying this wasn't a penalty.
Right.
But if the with Tom Reed, I'm Frank Mazzocco. Hope you're enjoying this anniversary game. Golden Gophers played their first hockey in January of 1922. How was that game, Tom?
It was good.
There's Sissons on his backhand. And DeBusk sweeps the rebound to the corner. And now Godbout to pick it up, plays it over to Mike Lyons. Back out at center, Garrotti. Godbout after it again. Bounces loose at the line. And here's Hendrickson. From center, flipping it in. Out of the corner it comes. Litzner shooting it around. Curtis Dole to pick it up. And Dole out to center. Off the skate of Cohn, and he grabs control of it and dumps it in. Into your body. And the only way you're going to do it is to spend a lot of time with it.
Yeah, you can't do it an hour a week or an hour every few days.
I often wonder if kids shouldn't hang on to that old pair of skates. Oh, boy, a crushing check thrown by Dole. Did he hit Hendrickson? Kids shouldn't hang on to that old pair of skates because, you know, a lot of them don't want to wear the good skates on the outdoor ice, which is a little more rough and chews up the edges some. And oh gosh, we got to go get them sharpened. All right, then keep an old pair around and use them for outside. And now Cohn was up in it, and there's going to be a penalty coming up here, a hook. Boy, I'll tell you. Suddenly the bad blood has come back to the surface here.
Yeah, I think
like they were. Mike Lyons shot wide of the target. Hackstead over to pick it up for Duluth. And behind the net, Bert Gilling. It's a pretty young team, Duluth. Gilling just a sophomore. They're going to be a force here.
They are when you look to come.
And he's got a couple of seniors that he's not dressing, so he's giving these younger guys the experience to build for future years. So Woog in there for the face-off. And it'll finally be Curtis Bois who took that shot a little bit earlier. Oh, that didn't miss by much. What a rocket by Jason Godbout. Roy from center playing it in deep to Buss. Roy first man of the puck now as he picks up the loose one there. A little miscommunication. And Roy. Bois is grabbed there now by Mike Lyons. Godbout gets to make that Hendrickson with a loose puck. Gets it out of the zone. Bois gave Mike Lyons a little extra run. And it doesn't happen, folks, very often here. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to get one by my partner. Right. 4-on-4 hockey and 4 minutes to go.
Anytime before noon, right?
And now Mrozik back in to get it. I'll tell you, even the gatekeeper down there had the visiting penalty box door open. He thought a Bulldog player was coming. Cadet Ice Arena on the campus of the Air Force Academy. And that's the site of tonight's first game in this two-game series between the Golden Gophers from Minnesota and the Tigers from Colorado College.
Visiting team here because you're not used to the altitude here. It's very, very high, and so the players even have oxygen over by the bench just in case. They need those short shifts. They can't.
For a brand new event, the World University Games. It'll be, here's a loose puck in front that comes right back in on Tuggett, and he holds on. Dan Woog in there trying to get a loose puck.
Well, a couple little cross checks in behind too. Aaron Carpin as well. Watching the face-off, Woog does a good job of trying to get it, but it comes back to the point here. Quick shot here, and that's the key by the defenseman to get it right there. There's Woog trying to control, but he couldn't get his stick free from Carpenter, who was able to tie him up.
And from that face-off, Jason Godbout had a shot. There's a backhand try by Rico Pagel. And boy, we've already run into quite a bit of stuff after the whistle here in the opening 2 minutes of play.
Well, I said the one thing, the good opportunities. Pagel doing a nice job of getting the shot on the backhand to the netminder. Cugnan able to grab onto it, and look at the bodies in there once again. Minnesota coming out with a very quick start.
Jason Cugnan, just a freshman, and has been perfect in his last 3 games, 3 straight wins, and only 1 loss in his last 7 starts. A goalie of the future, to say the least. Breakout is led by Cal Elfring to the Minnesota line. Brought in deep by Jason Goodmanson. And here's Mike Lyons for Minnesota to play it out at center. Looked like a little bit of a highlight play there, but it's back to the CC line. Captain Eric Root's pass is intercepted by Godbout, and Woog backhands it into Tiger territory. There's Jason Godbout with a shot that goes into the corner. Cal Elfring after it. Godbout races it in. Plays it into the back behind the net area to Hendrickson. And now out at center ice again. Mike Lyons to dump it in. Loose puck rolls around. Paul Johnson to pick it up for the Tigers. Crookston native shoots it ahead. It was playable at center ice, so they wave off the icing. Boy, Colorado College has had like 0 offense in this first period. We're 4.5 minutes in.
1995 in the 9th round.
Gophers win the face-off. Here's Mike Crowley. That shot hits traffic in front. Austin Kreiser goes after it. That's Rico Pagel there. He's taken to the wall pretty hard by Paul Johnson, the defenseman. Pagel in with a little forecheck. Johnson has trouble. A giveaway. Cugnan makes the save. Cleared and back out. LaFleur will come back for it. LaFleur being pressured by Hartnell. Now Goodmanson. And here's LaFleur again. Too far for Pagel. And an icing infraction against them. And he'll be facing off against Dan Woog. Back to get it, Mike Lyons. Throws it high in the air. Gets it all the way down. And Dan Peters back to get it again. Peters on the power play for CC. Dumps it in. Now Lyons tries to just rifle it out of there. It's blocked by Peters. It takes a hop on Clark. And Clark and Woog battle for it. And Clark played it back to his defense. And it's played in deep by Scott Swanson.
It's interesting when you talk to him, he'll say, you know, really the benchmark of the teams in the WCHA, especially my team, he says, is when we play the Gophers and how we do. And that's the way with a lot of the teams.
Stand in line, friend.
That's right.
Rico Pagel, a nice rush to center. He brings it in, pulls up, gets a shot off, but it hit a leg. And Cryway runs right back there to pick it up for the Tigers. Long lead pass. Goodmanson breaks in for the puck. Goodmanson looking for Hartnell, but he couldn't deliver the pass to him. Nice coverage, but now he breaks away from LaFleur. Right up the middle for Needham. Big save by DeBus. And the puck cleared around to the far side. Brian Swanson keeping it in. Centering pass broken up by DeBus. It goes high in the air. Needham in the corner. The defenseman has spun off the puck. Swanson there to help out. I think that Chad Hartnell who comes out of the corner, and just as he does, gone at him with this face-off for the Tigers. And the draw won by Minnesota's Dan Hendrickson. Checo waits for the puck. Instead, they deliver it to center. Hendrickson playing
of this program.
And the league. Yeah, he's part of the cornerstone of the new building here, the Colorado Springs World Arena. I mean, obviously, the old World Arena was going to come down whether Don Lucia was here or not. But the renewed interest that he brought to this hockey program certainly got that rink going up in a hurry. And it will be ready in January of 1988. A little scrap in the corner there. That's Peters for the Tigers.
And it's going to stay that way also. The referee was hoping that perhaps they would move the opportunities. A lot of their shots have gone wide of the target.
For Minnesota. Draw back to the line. Jason Godbout shoots. Knocked down. There's going to be a penalty coming up. Woog was dumped in the slot, and Minnesota's going to get a power play here. A tripping call will give Minnesota the chance to take. Puck will come back to the line. And Godbout, as he has taken about 3 or 4 shots from that point, it got out of the control of Cugnet, but you saw Wood being dumped there by Toby Peterson, the freshman after this timeout. Sunday, North Oaks goes up against Hazeltine starting at 8 o'clock.
Where's that?
Draw to the Gophers. Rico Pagel fanned on his shot, and the puck goes into the corner. Paul Johnson over to pick it up. And another icing infraction.
Right now that, you know, he's been, I think, voted maybe the good guy award by the officials.
There's one of those man bites dog headlines. Woog appreciates officials. Pagel to center. And he brings it in. A long shot goes into the corner. Poked that by Woog. A good poke check and good forecheck pressure. Woog and Kreiser in the corner. And back to the line. Hard shot by Lyons comes all the way through. Chad Hartnell uses the boards to gain control. Now finds Austin. Ahead to Goodmanson.
It is, because they've got a strong talent base for people on the power play.
Woog banging away at a rebound, and a couple of big saves again by Cugnet, who made 16 saves in the first period alone.
Well, Danny Woog in the right place, and that's being in front of the net, trying to create the havoc there. But one of the key plays here is also the Minnesota able to control the puck from the draw, getting it over to Brian LaFleur, who has just been a stellar performer back there for the Gophers on that blue line since coming back from the injury. And face-off's important. Danny Woog is always there. But Crowley, the little fake here, but the perfect pass across and a quick release on the snapshot.
Now from the face-off, here's Crowley shooting right on, and a diving play again by Cugnet. In the league to third in the WCHA in scoring right now.
Yeah, he and also Kraft both have really vaulted up into the amount, but he's fortunate because he's got such great ability not only to shoot the puck but also to make the plays, and so he's called upon in those situations, whether it be killing a penalty or whether it be in the power play, so he gets a lot of ice time.
Whoa! Well, they held up the time there.
That was pretty good.
Good thing you do those stretching exercises before the game. Eric Root held up at the line, and luckily for him, his teammates did too. There's Mike Anderson. And it's wrapped away by Tanberg. And he runs into a crowd. Just to put a final touch on the story about the scoring leaders, I told you Brian Swanson of Colorado College is the leading scorer in conference games only. Then North Dakota's Dave Hookstein, followed by his teammate Jason Blake, and Mike Crowley coming into the weekend action, tied with Blake. Now they break in. Here's a shot knocked away, and a rebound is stopped on, and it comes right flurry in the last 2 opportunities for the freshman from Calgary, Cam Cryway. Now they freeze it up against the backboards.
I think it was Darren Clark who had the final opportunity there, frankly. That puck went through the crease area. Minnesota got caught flat-footed on the far side. Not have a stick. All of a sudden, watch. Woog here makes the save on Eric Ruder, comes in here, but right on the backhand also, you can see the players coming in here. The Bob Anderson family, and of course, Mike Anderson, the grandson of the Gopher player we're talking about, Mike's grandpa. Bob passed away this past weekend, so our condolences go along to him as well.
It's been a tough year for the hockey community, hasn't it?
Well, it sure has been.
Here's Mike Anderson to pick it up. Pass broken up. And now gloved down at the side by Jason Godbout. He has had one of his steadiest games of the season, Jason Godbout. Now Goodmanson recently returned to the lineup for the Tigers. And Godbout back to get it. 8:20 to go. Mike Anderson, he put that one right onto the stick of Brian Swanson, but then took the player out of the picture. Mike Lyons and Rude, and a lot of play right now between the blue lines. Gophers dump it in. They want to make a change.
2 minutes, and they've done that once again here tonight.
Boy, it's just incredible that the quickness with which they're able to score. And that's been the case for the last 3 years here. So even though they've lost a lot of firepower, they've still been quite adept at scoring in bunches. 9 times this year they've scored 2 goals in less than a minute. And 21 times they've scored 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. And here they leave Botker all alone. 20 seconds left in the period. And they jam up in the corner. Might be just a little bit out of gas time. Pizzico at the Cadet Ice Arena, home of the Air Force Falcons. And I think the reason we're playing tonight and tomorrow afternoon is Falcons, I think, have a home series Saturday night, Sunday night. So the Tigers, who are tenants here, have to take the second best dates. Single man forecheck there by Woog.
You know, I think the Falcons might be in Minnesota.
But you know,
I think they've got a big track meet indoor here. And I wonder if that's part of the reason for it. That's the type of play I was talking about. They are just making certain that right now they want to get in front of every dark jersey that's out there.
Here's Pagel. Woog gets it in. Woog close to being offside. Mike Anderson with a big hit behind the net. Cone keeps it in. Anderson, and now Woog battles for it. Mike Anderson trying to get the stick in there, but control to Johnson, and he gets a pass to center ice. Carpin was checked, and back to center, Elfring. Cal Elfring from center shooting it in. Now Cone after it. And it's flipped finally out of his zone.
And it's been a cleanly played game, too.
Did we have a penalty in the third? Oh, yeah, we had the one that led to the power play goal. Oh, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, we had 3 penalties in the third.
But early. Those were the last ones called. Early in the third. Pass intended for Carpin. Misfires. Out to the gorgeous foothills of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado Springs. Game 2 between the Golden Gophers from the University of Minnesota and the Tigers from Colorado.